Like when you think about boxing, like you know who he is, and yeah, like you know like what he brings in his fight. So yeah, man. I mean, we're here.
Is it possible? Yeah. Does he have the talent to do it? Yeah. Was he one of the best fighters of all time? Yeah. So.
Freddie Roach was shocked while watching 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao's crazy hand speed during training for his upcoming fight against Mario Roach. Freddie Roach, who had trained Pacquiao for years, couldn't believe that the famous boxer still moved like lightning, showing speed and precision that rivaled his prime. Several boxing experts have observed Manny Pacquiao's recent training footage and expressed genuine surprise at his physical state. At 46 years old, Pacquiao's speed and agility in the gym matched those of much younger fighters. Analysts stress that Mario Barrios, his upcoming opponent, may be facing a daunting challenge, as Pacquiao's quick hands and sharp reflexes seem to have barely diminished over time. This assessment shows how Pacquiao's experience combined with retained explosiveness could upset expectations, positioning him not as an underdog, but as a dangerous threat in the ring.
If you likes this, please subscribe, Fight File, and click the bell icon for more new boxing updates.
At the same time with me saying that, I still kind of got Mario Barrios getting the win just because of age, but I would not be surprised if Manny Pacquiao pulls through. I can tell you this, a lot of the internet saying Manny Pacquiao about to shock the world. So I'm just excited all in all. It's a couple things that I do want to talk about in this regard. One of them being, if Barrios wins the fight, then I feel like we got to see Barrios versus Boots. And I got Boots for the victory, for sure. At the same time, if Pacquiao gets the win, do we see Pacquiao versus Boots? I don't really see that going that way, or I don't see that going good for Pacquiao, if I got to be honest. So I'm very curious on how that's going to go. But personally, the boxing fan in me, I want to see Boots get undisputed. You know, that's what I want to see. So in a sense, I kind of want Barrios to win just so we can see the Boots versus Barrios fight. But the topic of this video is Pacquiao and Barrios, so let's get back into that. That's just exciting, just to see Pacquiao with all this footage, the clips, I'm seeing him do press, all of that. It's just exciting just in general. Now, with that being said, I think Pacquiao still got that pop on him. He definitely gonna have that speed, or at least close enough speed to what he used to have. I do think it's going to be an exciting fight, and it's in Vegas.
The distinctive sound produced by Pacquiao's punches, sharp and crisp during training sessions, has left onlookers in awe. At an age when most boxers have long retired, Pacquiao's hand speed remains remarkably fast, causing surprise even among seasoned pros. This unique trait, often regarded as one of his greatest weapons throughout his career, appears intact and capable of making a significant impact against any opponent. The speed and power behind each strike add to a compelling argument that Manny is far from finished. The rekindling of the relationship between Pacquiao and Freddie Roach has energized fans and pundits alike. Roach, famous for shaping Pacquiao into a global icon, brings decades of experience and a deep understanding of Manny's style. Their collaboration during this comeback training camp in Los Angeles has become a focal point for media and enthusiasts, eager to watch what their combined expertise will produce. This reunion underscores a narrative of trust, legacy, and mutual respect that has historically given memorable performances. Renowned trainer Robert Garcia has openly expressed admiration for Manny Pacquiao, describing him as a living legend whose impact spans generations. Garcia stressed the widespread affection and respect Pacquiao commands throughout the boxing world and beyond. According to Garcia, Manny's determination and relentless spirit make him capable of overcoming hurdles even at this advanced stage of his work. His belief in Pacquiao's ability to succeed reinforces the positive buzz surrounding the upcoming fight.
Well, no, Pacquiao's a big name, and obviously Barrios a great fight for Barrios because, you know, he's a champion, and I think Pacquiao, you know, being that they both have connections with PBC, that's the easiest fight to make. So, you know, getting another title opportunity, I, you know, just the name obviously, but I really believe that, you know, Pacquiao shouldn't be fighting. I think it's actually going to be a little, you know, I don't want to say sad because he's going to make a lot of money, so we can't feel sorry for him. But at 46, almost 47, it's almost impossible for, you know, I'm just 4 years older, 4 years older than him, and it's not easy to try to think you're going to get in shape and be able to perform like the way you were in, you know, when you were in 20s and 30s.
You think it's impossible for him to beat Mario Barrios right now?
Well, it's not impossible because he has power. You know, that he should have that power. Barrios is big and a strong boy, so I don't see that happening. But is it possible? Anything's possible. You know, George Foreman did it. There's been others that do it. You know, but I really don't see it happening.
But Pacquiao speed's the name of his game. Do you think he doesn't have that? There's no way he doesn't have the same speed as before.
There's no way, bro. You guys, I don't know if you guys seen his last performance.
The exhibition where against that big guy.
It was actually embarrassing to see that shit. You know, so it wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. You know what I mean?
If Pacquiao wins, what does that do for him? Where does that put him all time?
Come on, at that age, after like a, you know, few years, I don't know how many years it's been off, you know, that'd be impressive. It's hard to think it's gonna happen, but that shit would be nice, man. It would be nice. Very few have done it, and he's actually one that could do it.
Pacquiao, he's probably top 5 all time, one of the greatest fighters.
Mario Barrios himself has expressed a mixture of disbelief and respect about facing Pacquiao. He recognizes the magnitude of the chance and the challenge of stepping into the ring with a fighter whose legacy is legendary. Barrios' remarks highlight the emotional and psychological weight this fight carries, not just a competition, but an encounter with boxing history. His comments also suggest that he approaches the fight with humility, understanding that Pacquiao's reputation precedes him.
Well, because I was like, dude, like it was a Pacquiao, and I was like, like I knew he was retired, and like it just wasn't like a fight that I had ever really like
thought about.
Yeah, thought about or like pictured unfolding like in my head. So yeah, then like around March was when I was like I got the word that, okay, like we're gonna start working on this for real, like all the details. I'm like, oh damn, this is really happening. Like, okay, cool. Like I'm like, all right, like let's get it.
It's still like when you think about it, like is it so crazy for you? Like you're fighting like Manny Pacquiao, like who you weren't even born yet, and he was already like fighting. I think he might have had like a world title. I'm not sure, but yeah.
He might have. Yeah, no, dude. Like he's like, again, like from my earliest memories, you know, anytime I thought about boxing, he was a name that I knew like in the sport. And like I said, it doesn't matter what generation you're from. Like I think just in general, Manny is one of those names, like universally. Like when you think about boxing, like you know who he is, and like you know like what he brings in his fight. So yeah, man. I mean, we're here. I'm defending, you know, my title against him. Yeah, it's crazy, but I mean, I'm excited.
Hall of Famer Sugar Ray Leonard has publicly backed Pacquiao's decision to return, emphasizing the mental fortitude needed to fight at this level. Leonard dispels the idea that comebacks are inherently futile, instead framing success as a product of mindset and courage. His support lends credibility to Pacquiao's endeavor, showing that determination and heart remain important factors regardless of age. Leonard's viewpoint resonates with those who value perseverance as much as physical ability.
At 46, about to make his way back into the ring. I saw him training this morning, but a lot of people are worried about him you know, he's been inactive. Bob Arum, his longtime, you know, guy, even said, I don't want to see him get hurt. You know, rooting for him, but I don't want to see him get hurt. What do you think, as a guy, you know, who's probably thought about getting back in the ring a few times? You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you think?
Well, actually, I can't comment too harshly on that because I made more comebacks than everybody. I hold a record, undisputed. You know?
Yeah.
But you know what? Hey, do what you want to do, man. You know.
Do you think the idea of like inactivity when you have somebody who lives his life to do it is a big deal? You know.
It's pretty good, man. I mean, there's no one thing that will really make people understand why we do what we do. But you know what? God bless, stay healthy, and take care.
That's it for today's movie. Stay tuned until next time.